Picture this. You open a ticket that says, "Give me each customer's previous order date." You sigh because you know it means a self join you will get wrong twice before you get it right. Now imagine you describe that in one sentence and a clean query comes back in seconds. That is what we are doing today. Claude can draft, refactor, explain, and document your Snowflake SQL. But here is the catch. It is only 10 times faster when you verify. Not paste and pray, you will leave with a prompt recipe, real before and afters, and the guardrails that keep you safe. Take a look at the loop you are about to live in. You describe the intent, the schema, and the dialect. Claude drafts the SQL, then you read it, run it on saved data, verify the result and iterate. See the highlighted step, verify is the gate you never skip. Think of it this way, Claude is the fast hands, you are the reviewer who ships it. The typing gets cheap, but the judgment stays yours. Every slide today bends back to this loop. You have probably been told to treat these tools like magic. Do not treat Claude like a brilliant fast junior engineer, not an oracle. It produces a strong first draft in seconds. It can also be confidently wrong. Same energy as a sharp new hire who has not learned your data yet, so your job shifts. You move from typing SQL to reviewing and steering it. That shift is the whole skill. Get it right and the speed is real. Here is where Claude genuinely shines. First, the boilerplate you hate, pivots, dates, spines, window functions, unnesting JSON, the stuff you can write but would rather not. Second, refactoring, hand it, a 40-line mess and get back a clean CT you can actually read. Third, explaining cryptic errors and queries you inherited from someone who left 2 years ago. And it writes your comments and your tests. These are the high value wins. Let us see one in action. Take a look at a classic before. You need each customer's previous order. So you write a 3 table self join. It is slow, it is fragile, and it is 15 lines you will second guess. Now watch the after. Claude reaches for lag of order date, over partition by customer ID, order by order date, 3 lines, same answer, faster query, and you can read it in one pass. This is the window function refactor that every analyst eventually learns. Claude just hands it to you on day one. So how do you drive it well? Give it 4 things: the schema, the dialect, the intent, and the constraints. The dialect is Snowflake, so the constraints are where you sound senior. Use a CTE, must prune on order date, no cross joins, here is the rule that matters, wake prompt, wakes keywell, specific prompt, production ready draft. The quality of your output is set by the quality of your ask. Morning watch the recipe come together. You write Snowflake SQL, table orders with order ID, customer ID, order date and amount, intent monthly revenue per customer, only the last 12 months, use a CTE and prune on order date. That is it. Claude returns clean, pruning friendly SQL you read in one pass. And here is the mindset shift. You tighten the prompt, not the SQL, you iterate at the level of intent. That is what keeps you 10 times faster instead of back in the editor. First draft, a little off. Resist the reflex. Do not hand edit the SQL. Refine the prompt instead. Add the missing constraint. Also exclude refunds. Or window by calendar month, not rolling 30 days. Tightening the intent keeps you fast and keeps the query reproducible. The moment you start editing SQL by hand, you have slid back into writing it yourself. And the speed up quietly disappears. Stay at the intent layer. Now the guardrail, because this matters. Claude can hallucinate. It may invent a function, a column, or a Snowflake feature that simply does not exist. Worse, it can write perfectly valid SQL that returns the wrong answer for your data. That one is sneaky because it runs clean. So hold this line in your head. Confident output is not correct output. Assume nothing until you have run it. The fluent tone is not evidence. That is exactly why the next slide exists. So always verify, and here is concretely how. Run it on a 0 copy clone or at least a limit, never straight on production. Then check the row count and a few values against what you actually expect. Does the total revenue look sane, and read the query profile? Did it actually prune or did it scan everything? That last check is the one beginners forget. A query can return the right answer and still cost you a fortune. Verifying is not paranoia, it is the job. Let us make verify concrete. You write create table orders, test clone orders, a free instant sandbox, because clones cost nothing until you change the data. Now run Claude's query on the clone. Check the row counts and a few values against what you expect. Open the query profile. Did it prune the partitions or read the whole table? Only when all of that lines up do you promote to production. This whole loop takes 2 minutes, 2 minutes that stand between you and a bad Monday. Here is a favorite use. You have a slow query and no idea why. Paste it and ask, why does this scan so much? And how do I prune it? Claude points at the usual culprit. You are filtering with a function wrapped around the partitioned column, which kills pruning. It suggests filtering on the raw column instead. Then you confirm the win in the query profile. Partition scan drops sharply. And notice you did not trust the advice. You measured it. That is the pattern every single time. Take a look at the one nobody enjoys. Semi-structured JSON before you are handwriting nested colon paths and a lateral flatten you half remember from a doc you read months ago. After Claude writes the query, select v colon id cast to int and f dot value colon name cast to string. From raw lateral flatten with input arrow v colon items. Aliased f, clean, correct, done. This is exactly the tedious boilerplate Claude nails and exactly the kind you still verify because a wrong path returns null silently. Let it draft, you confirm. Claude is not just for writing, it is brilliant at explaining. You inherit a 200 line query from someone long gone. Paste it and ask, explain what this does step by step. In seconds, you have a map of the logic. Got a cryptic error message, paste it and ask, what is wrong and how do I fix it in Snowflake? Honestly, this is often faster than hunting through the docs. Understanding unfamiliar SQL used to eat an afternoon. Now it is a coffee break. Here is the chore everyone skips. Documentation and tests. Ask Claude to generate inline documents, a column data dictionary, and a few example test cases. Then push it further. Ask what edge cases am I missing. It will surface nulls, duplicates, and late arriving data you forgot to handle. Documentation is the thing engineers always mean to do and never have time for. Claude makes it cheap, cheap enough that you actually do it. Your future self will thank you. Now the anti-patterns, the ways people get burned. Wrong number 1, passing Claude's SQL straight to production. No read, no run. Wrong number 2, handing it real credentials or secrets in a prompt. Never put a password or a key in there. Wrong number 3, shipping a query whose result you never validated against expectations. Every one of these comes from the same mistake. Trusting fluent output as if it were verified output. Speed without review is not speed, it is dead. Let us be honest about the trade-off. The 10 times is real for drafting, but review time is non-negotiable. You do not get to skip it, and here is the good news. The net speed up is still huge because reviewing good SQL is far faster than writing it from scratch. Your eyes move quicker than your fingers, but skip the review entirely and the math flips. You trade the hours you saved for a production incident, keep the review, keep the speed. Here is your one-page workflow card. Screenshot this one. The prompt is 4 parts: schema, dialect, intent, constraints, the draft, let Claude write it, the verifier run on a clone or a limit, then check results and the query profile, and iterate the prompt, never hand edit the SQL. Great for boilerplate, refactors, explaining and docs. Never for blind paste or secrets in prompts. That is the whole discipline on a single card. Take a look at where this fits in a real team. The pipeline is spec, then Claude drafts, then the engineer reviews, then tests, then ship. The AI compresses the draft step. It does not erase the rest. Juniors level up faster because explanations are on tap. Seniors move faster because the boilerplate evaporates. And notice what does not go away. The reviewer role, in fact, it becomes the high value part of the job. The person who can verify is the person who ships. So here is where we landed. Drive Claude with a tight prompt of schema, dialect, intent and constraints. Verify every result on a clone and in the query profile. And your SQL throughput genuinely jumps without the risk. If you want the full version of this workflow, go deeper in Claude for data engineers. The complete course linked below and subscribe because the Cortex, PySpark and Fabric AI videos are coming next. One question before you go, what would you hand to Claude first? Drop it in the comments.